Yo.
What up? What up?
Whoop, whoop. What up, though? I see you survived.
I'm here, man.
Yeah.
I made it.
You didn't get washed away in the storm?
My backyard was a lake.
Hey, man, lakefront property on the cheap.
I should just fill the rest of it up. Have the pool overlooking the lake. I don't even know that grass
You got
is
an
cut.
infinity pool now. Oh, shit, bro.
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to the Compliment Podcast. He is Juan and I'm Sean, and welcome to episode 118. And every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Hit him with a drink of the day.
Ooh, we got the granny. The Skippy apple today. That's a granny because we were so gun ho on this granny, man. I rehearsed
The
this
granny thing was good,
and
man.
I still got it wrong. Skippy apple. And just full disclosure, I'm gonna be wrecked by the end of this. I knew it the minute I seen these ingredients. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna hit well. But actually, I've taken it like a champ. So anyway, we got the Skippy apple. It's pretty delicious, man. We got a shot of the Screwball peanut butter whiskey, a shot of Crown Apple. Crown Apple, and then top it off with unsweetened cranberry juice. You got to do this in a rocks glass to make sure the ratios are correct. Rocks glass full of ice. So shot. Top it off with unsweetened cranberry juice, which I'm just finding out costs like 4 tanks of gas. That shit is wild. Because was it Lakewood Farms or whatever?
I don't remember,
It's like some organic.
I was just trying to find, it's kind of actually hard to find the unsweetened stuff. And it's funny, man, in the grocery store, like everything with sugar is readily available. If you are looking for sort of like the healthy alternatives, which cranberries have sugar in it already, but it's natural.
Right.
But if you go to look for the unsweetened cranberry, which by the way is not good by itself.
No, it's horrible.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like there's limited quantities and it's expensive.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. You told me that, I was like, what? So like, yeah, you got to top it off with that. So maybe see if y'all can find like a little, maybe split the bottle with some friends of cranberry juice. But yeah, so top it off with that, and then squeeze in a lime wedge, throw that in there, stir it up. It's pretty delicious, man. It tastes like it's a perfect description. It's like an apple with peanut butter. If you like the apple, you scoop peanut butter on it. A Granny Smith apple with peanut butter. This tastes exactly like that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I made it up on the way over here, so congrats to me.
You just went to the store, bought shit, and was hoping it go together.
And then I didn't even bring all the liquor. I was like, yo, man, do you still have that peanut butter liquor?
So talk about improvising on the spot, bro. You made up the whole thing. It's like, I'm going to just buy juice and Crown. Everything else, fuck it.
Oh, yeah, man. So on the hurricane front, man, you did good. I mean, obviously the house is good, man. No more flooding in the streets. Did you see? So in my direct area, we were all good, but in the surrounding areas in Kissimmee, man, if you were near Boggy Creek, Shingle Creek, or Reedy Creek,
oh man, any body of water, basically.
Yeah, bro. Man. And you know what's funny? So like my where I live, I'm close to Lake Toho. I think it's East Lake Toho. Okay. I think. I walked down to the end of like the main street, which comes to a dead end. There's just like farmland at the end. And looking off into the distance, dude, I just saw nothing but water. So I don't know if the lake kind of overflowed, man.
I saw lakes here downtown, and that were literally overflooded into the street, like into the road. Literally lakes that were nowhere near that pre-storm.
Right.
Like I'm like, I didn't even think it'd be physically possible, and these lakes were literally overrunning into the street.
Yeah, bro,
it's crazy. Somebody we know, their house, they live on a lake.
Okay.
Their boat dock destroyed. Their boat's floating in their neighbor's yard because it filled up, and the water from the lake is all the way up into their pool.
Wow.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, and literally their boat's like floating off. I think in the neighbor's like yard, their boat's like floating in right now. And I'm assuming when it recedes, the boat's just gonna sit there, or hopefully it moves away. But yeah, now they got to figure out a way how to get their boat back on their dock and rebuild their dock and all that stuff, man.
That sucks, man.
It's no joke, man.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of flooding, here in this area, but I mean, we didn't take it like the Fort Myers area. They got.
Oh no, man, those guys got it.
Dude, I had
Like Naples and all that.
Yeah, man. So I have family that lives in the Carolinas now, but they're from Miami, and they were checking on me saying like, hey, you know, are you guys okay? Blah, blah, blah. They had told me that they actually have like a extended family in the Fort Myers area, and they were telling them from experience like, yo, it's a category 4. Like, get the fuck out. And they go like, nah, we're gonna ride this one out.
Ugh.
And it's like, dude, I've been through a 3 is the biggest one I've been through. And I remember that. I would not stay for a 4.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
I'm trying to think of which one was the 3.
It was Charlie.
I did experience that. That might have been my first hurricane experience here.
Me too.
Charlie, actually.
Dude, we moved here in '88 initially, and there was no hurricanes that hit us until '94.
Oh wow! So when was Charlie?
No, sorry, no, I'm sorry, 04.
04. I was gonna say
04.
Charlie
Sorry,
was like 04,
04.
05, right? Yeah,
Yes.
that would because I moved here in 2000, and I think we had the brushes with ones and tropical storms. Charlie was the first one I lived through.
Yeah, so you're talking about 16 years of
Wow.
living here and nothing.
Yeah, man. I think we get arrogant here because we survived so many like
Central Florida, bro,
just
like the weather sucks.
we're like that's okay. Coco will slow it down.
In this case, we were like, nah, it's got to go through Fort Myers. It's got to probably come through Tampa.
Yeah, it's like that shit got to go up the whole. It got to go on 75 and 95. We good.
No, man, but like prayers out to the folks in that area, man. Like the obviously homes destroyed, flooding, storm surges, beach erosion, like all that shit in that area. Like they're saying, like there's areas down there that are never going to be the same.
Yeah, man. I saw they were talking. There were certain counties that were rebuilding entire power grids for those counties. They're like, it's going to be months perhaps before they get power.
Yeah,
they're like we're literally rebuilding the entire power grid. Just wild, man. He said we get lucky. This was the worst flooding wise I've ever seen since I've been here.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. Been here over 20 years. I've never seen a flood like this.
Yep.
And then, because even I found myself like emptying my pool throughout the whole night. I left the pump
You
running on
left?
the pool. Like,
Yeah?
Yeah, I had to. It stayed on
I
the
didn't,
lip.
bro.
Really?
Yeah, I was good.
You just let it overflow into the yard, or it just didn't fill up?
It never overflowed.
Oh, mine overflowed the entire time, and I literally had it on draining during the storm.
During the storm?
Yeah. And it just stayed right
shit.
at the top. And
Yeah.
then at one point I just let it run. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna keep turning it on and off.
Yep.
And the next morning when that sort of slowed down, it was down maybe an inch. So it was starting to empty faster than it was filling. But at one point in time, man, that whole thing was over flooding into it, and I was like, and I didn't think it'd get into the house.
Yep.
Because the house sits up a little high, but I thought for sure it would flood out, the entire patio, and it would just take the screen away. I was just like, this is gonna get bad.
No, man. I say other than we didn't have any really water damage. I had my backyard became a lake for a little while.
Yeah.
But other than that, we were super lucky. A lot of folks wasn't so lucky. And then to make it worse, the days that followed the storm, because the water flows south, it was like the water from like Orlando was still flowing south in those creeks.
Oh, so it just kept overflowing.
So it was, so like people that were already experiencing flooding were just like, yo, wait, because in the next 3 days it's gonna get worse.
Wow, I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. And that's all, dude. They showed like they was in one place in Fort Myers that had sharks. There were places over here that had catfish in the street.
Oh yeah, I saw a fish in the street.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Over here?
Yeah, I saw a fish in the street. An actual, I got a picture I gotta show you. An actual carp, and he was still alive.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I did see gators too, like from
in the street
from those lakes that were overflowing.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I saw a gator near downtown.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like, it was. I've never seen anything like this. It's flooding wise, man. Yeah. Like the wind wise, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
I think once we looked at like Charlie and a couple of other ones are just like, even the one, the year that was it Irma that hit us, the year that Maria hit Puerto Rico.
Yes.
That one, the wind was pretty bad and all that there.
That messed our house up.
Yeah.
We had to replace the roof on that one.
Really? Yeah. That one I go, okay, that one was scarier to go through. This one was more of a like, you just kept looking at the water going, yo, this shit's never gonna stop. And then the minute I saw the boat with the two of everything going by, I was like, here we go.
Dude, there was a few miles from us, man, on one of the major streets in Kissimmee. The night of the storm, cops were going through the street in an airboat.
What?
Yeah, like pulling people out of their cars.
Because people were dumb enough to drive in that.
And I went like the next day or maybe 2 days later. I went over there to see if it was and the water had receded and it was fine.
Dude, it receded quick,
was fine.
man. Because we were flooded maybe half a day, and then by the evening the water was gone. But probably for a good 12 hours, like a lake. I mean, not a lake, a river. Like literally, the water was there, but it was like running water on the street. Yeah, it was wild. I'm like, and every once in a while, you would see someone try to leave, and they would start driving through it, and then they would just quit and then just back up. Like, yeah, they would realize, like, because those people with SUVs, I think what they realized is the water was getting into their car.
Yeah.
And they weren't even at the deepest end yet, and it was just like,
let's go back.
So it was kind of funny to watch that go down.
Dude, my brother-in-law called us, and he's like, it's his first year, his first time going through a storm with a pool, and he goes, "Yo, should I empty the pool out?" And I was like, "Nah, bro.
Nope."
I go, "We're not emptying anything out. As a matter of fact, if you ever need like fully like plastic chairs, just throw them in the pool."
Yep, that's what I did. Yeah,
throw them in the pool, and that's what we did with ours, man. Came out really clean. It was good to go.
I threw some metal ones in that bitch too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, those are rust. All right, man. Yo, my carbon footprint of the week is actually going out to NASA. And this wasn't this past week. I think it was the week prior.
Yeah.
I got my week. So we're off a week. We took off last week because of the hurricane. But they launched the DART, which stands for the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. And it's essentially, if you guys ever seen the movie, what is the movie? Armageddon. Yeah.
Deep Impact.
And so where an asteroid is essentially hurling towards Earth, and then they send up some diggers, right? Some miners almost, right? What are they? No, they're like oil drillers, aren't they?
Oil drillers, yeah.
To kind of go on there and like drill a hole and drop a nuclear bomb and destroy this thing, right? Well, wasn't that drastic, but essentially planning for something like that. These folks launched something the size of a vending machine.
It was that small?
That's what they said, man.
Wow.
Well, the asteroid was about 500 feet in diameter.
So that's like what? Let's say maybe 2 football fields, just under.
Yeah.
About. Okay.
And so the purpose of this was not to blow it up. It was literally to push it off course.
Okay. And
they launched this thing. What the hell was it? Oh, they launched it last November. So, bro, like, you got to think. So, for those of you who are not like space geeks, right? Like, you have like the first, what is it? Like the first 5 planets or so are sort of like from the sun. You got like 5 planets, and then there's like an asteroid belt. And then there's the other planets like the Jupiter, the Saturn, right? They launched this shit last November so that they could hit precisely this one particular asteroid on this day.
And they got it, right?
And they got it, bro.
You know how good the math got to be on
that's
some
what I'm
shit
saying,
like that,
man.
Bro?
And dude, so that's why I get in the car for not big up. I mean, they didn't do anything that was going to save the Earth or whatever.
Do we know that it works? It's just them seeing if they can do it. No, but I mean, did it work in terms of did it throw it off course?
It throws it off course.
Or is it too early to tell?
No, I think it threw it. To my knowledge, it threw it off course.
Okay, it did work. Yeah, because I didn't know if then you needed a long time to see the results of, hey, here was its original trajectory. Here's where it's going now. Yo, imagine if you knock it on course towards Earth.
Dude, I thought about that shit too, bro. So essentially, they picked something small enough, and I would imagine that's maybe something that if it entered the Earth's atmosphere at any time, it wouldn't
be catastrophic.
It wouldn't be anything crazy. But to watch that on TV, and they had cameras like following this thing, so you could see. And of course, it takes a while for the images to come back to Earth.
Okay.
So it's almost like it's just getting closer, and then impact, and then the camera goes.
Okay, the camera. Yeah, that's pretty dope, man.
It was pretty cool, man.
That is cool. I wonder. This is my little tiny brain at work here, but if you really had one of those coming towards us, couldn't everybody just point their missiles at it and then just like, do we have missiles that could go that high into orbit?
I don't know.
Probably not yet, right?
I would imagine that you'd have to see the whole purpose of it is like you don't want to blow something up and then have just like
The projectiles kind of coming.
yeah, like a lot of debris coming down to Earth.
Yo, could you build? This is going way off. Could you build a missile system like at a space center? Like have a space center that's specifically designed for stuff like this, where
Like
you
on the
launch
moon.
stuff from it. Yeah, and you just launch missiles at fucking asteroids. Like you figured something like that's got to be coming.
I don't know.
Yo, the fact that they're testing this is what this tells me, is that there's something fucking coming, and they're trying to make sure that they can handle it. You know what I mean? Like there might be something that's like, oh, that's 20 years out, but it's coming.
But no, man, I don't know if they know that. But I mean, even Elon Musk has said that it's inevitable. Like
Right.
Eventually, right? Something will. It's kind of like what the dinosaurs.
Dude, but you don't think like we got one in mind right now that we're like, yeah, that one's
I hope not, but I don't know.
There's one thing I know about humans, bro. We don't try to fix shit until
Unless
shit
it's
happens.
broken.
Yeah. We need a problem and then we come up with a solution.
But you figure something like this, and I don't know. I don't have a notes on like how long they were planning this and whatever. But man, there was what was cool about it, and I remember working for a company that was contracted by NASA, like seeing those folks in the room watching this shit hit, and then their celebration. You know what I mean? Like that's huge, man.
That's got to be cool.
That's
I was gonna say it's gotta be cool to be in
yeah.
a room like that too. To not only work years on this project, but then to have to wait a year to see if it's even a success. Like actively, like it's actively happening, and it takes that long to get. That's wild, man. I don't have the patience for that. But the fact that we're like, when I saw the headline, I'm like, we're in a movie. Like this is crazy. Like the world.
Did you watch
shooting. It? No, I didn't get a chance.
Oh, I watched it live, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was cool.
No, I didn't see it. I'm trying to think. I watched. I don't know what SpaceX, whatever the other one that went up the other day. I think I saw like a clip on my phone of the launch, but
what was it? Satellites?
yeah, one of those. Yeah, but I haven't seen. And what was someone was testing something last week that I saw. I don't know if it was like the failed one. I saw the video. That's the one I saw. There's one that just failed, that they had the abort mission and then they land. They did the whole thing where it's separated and then land.
Oh no.
Damn, I don't want to say who it was because I really don't know who. But yeah, there was one that failed recently. It didn't blow up or anything, but it was like, now they've been testing that whole fail-safe thing where the whole pod like separates from the rest of it and then it parachutes down to Earth basically, like it aborts the mission. One of those just happened for like a payload, I think, going somewhere.
Oh shit! No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's
all right, man. What you got?
This is him. Speaking of asteroids hitting things, no, actually, there's nothing to do. That was the worst segue ever, bro. My carbon footprint goes out this week, bro, to a legend in the communication space, which is basically what we're doing now. One of the greatest hosts of all time. This man has been on MTV. He's had his rap show. People freestyle on there on his radio show in the morning.
Okay.
It's Sway Calloway, damn it. Because turns out he did have the answers the whole fucking time.
The whole time.
Sway had the answers. And he had to play the long game. And he had to be patient. And he knew it was going to be right.
I forget, man. And I did see that. I did see that story. And I saw that Kanye came out and was just like, yeah, man, I guess he did. What the hell was it on? I forgot.
So Kanye was on his, and for those that don't know, Sway Calloway, it's the whole infamous, you don't have the answer, Sway. That whole
thing.
He
got like livid on that
yo,
shit.
Sway was literally like, yo, we could turn all this shit off.
Yeah.
And we could, like, I don't give a fuck about these cameras. I love Sway, bro. But he goes, basically, he was asking, Kanye was talking about launching his clothing brand and all that stuff.
Yes.
And Sway was essentially saying, like, hey, like, you have enough pull and money and you're influential. Like, why don't you do it yourself?
Do it yourself.
And he was just like, that's not how that works. Like, you need to be in the house with Gucci and with Louis Vuitton. And he's naming all these. Like,
you don't have the answer, Sway.
And he was basically telling him, you don't have the answer. And he just kept saying that over and over. Well, fast forward now. So Kanye has now been, he's beefing with Adidas, and then now
with Gap too, right?
They dropped. I don't know if they dropped him or the contract expired or something.
Oh, really?
So now he's trying to launch Yeezy on his own without one of the big places. And so someone pressed him on it. Like, so isn't that exactly what Sway said? Like, why don't you just do it yourself?
So that has to be like close to 10 years ago.
It was like, I think it was eight?
Was it 08?
I think it was, I think it was 2014.
Okay.
Maybe it was 10 years ago.
I don't know. I'm just thinking.
It was literally one of the greatest memes of all time. The greatest.
Because back then, like I had Sirius XM.
Oh,
and I used to listen to
Sway in the morning.
Yeah, listen to Sway, man. I remember that interview.
So I think it's funny, man. I get covered for because like honestly, that was one of the first viral moments that I could remember of like an artist and thing, and just like this culture that we're in now, where things are viral daily, so you almost forget. But that's such a like an infamous moment in pop culture, and like to just see that whole thing come full circle and for that to happen, and then for it to be someone like Kanye, who right now just can't fucking seem to keep out of the news for just doing dumb shit. I just thought like I'm like, what vindication for Sway? A, but B, it's just like it's such a famous, like there's very few people who don't know what this is. Matter of fact, man, my daughter, I say it all the time. Like I was like, you don't have the answers, and then she asked me about it. Like
okay,
not like very recently actually, like before this had happened. In terms of Kanye saying like, yeah, it turns out he did. Dude, I want to say within the last month, she's asked me, and I showed her the original video clip, and she's cracking up. And so now she always uses, like, you don't have the answer, Sway. And then now I had to tell her again, like, yo, turns out Sway had the answer the whole time.
Good for Sway, man.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see
legend, man.
Like his reaction to that.
Dude, and how many rappers wanted to be on Sway to do the freestyle? Like Funkmaster Flex is the other guy. But
yeah, what was the 5 Fingers of Death?
The 5 Fingers of Death, man. Sway had that.
Yes.
Like I go back. Sway is such and he did all the MTV. Remember he's doing MTV News. It was like Sway been around for a minute, man. And I think his the reason he brought that up to Kanye at the time was Sway had a failed clothing line himself that I think he tried to do himself and all that, and he goes like, yo, I did this and I've got way less money than you do and way this stuff, and obviously it failed, but like here's the things I learned and I knew, like. And I think at the time it was a legitimate question. It wasn't so much that he was questioning why Kanye wouldn't do it on his own, but it was like, why do you think you need? I think Kanye was going hard as like, hey, I need these like gatekeepers essentially, which I do understand. Right. Kanye, I don't necessarily disagree with Kanye at the time, because I think, like everything else, there's a club, right? Like you got to let the cool kids sort of let you into that club,
right? And
I think that's what Kanye was trying to do. Is like, hey man, like you can't move in this space without these players being there, right? Without the heads of these major fashion brands. And so I don't think Kanye was wrong either at the time. I think it's just one of those things that it just worked out the way it worked out. I actually don't think Kanye was in the wrong for wanting to sort of go that route and build those relationships and use those monster companies to put, because who's to say that Yeezy isn't what it is today if it doesn't go through Adidas and it doesn't
true. I mean, but everything over the last probably 15 years, man, has been slowly, like even music, right? Like guys being able to put stuff out on I want to say Spotify, but that's wrong. What is SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud rappers
do your stuff for free. I mean, even there was a point there where one of my sons was doing, was sort of an inspiring rapper, and he was just putting his stuff out on SoundCloud, and there was a couple other applications where he could put his stuff out. So, it was only a matter of time. And like I said, it seems like Sway kind of saw that back then and was just like, dude, like I did it. Clearly, I didn't know that until you said it, but I did it. I failed, but you have the resources.
Yeah, he's like, you're Kanye West. And I think at the time he was kind of, and I think the question was more of like, yo, you're you. I don't know what it's like to be Kanye West. Like, why do you think you need these guys? And I think it was a legitimate question. It like, when you listen
and he
back
couldn't
to
answer
it, he couldn't answer it, and so instead he got defensive.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's not even defensive. I think there's a frustration that you can clearly tell he was going through about trying to get let into that club. Like you can tell, like we've all been there, where maybe you're working on something and it's not going the way you want, and so everything about it just gets you more defensive if people start to like sort of question like, well, did you try this? And it's like, shut the fuck up, I tried everything. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, no, it's so true, bro. We've all had that.
And even then you might walk away and go, fuck, I didn't try that. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think it was one of those moments for Kanye. If I had
I've had those even at home. Yeah. With the wife who would tell me something like,
we'll edit that part out.
You know what? She'll tell me something and it'll be like, yeah, like in my head. I try not to snap or whatever at her, but I'm sure that that depending on my frustration level, that I'm showing my frustration. But yeah, no, it's true, man. Like you said, when you feel like you're doing all you can, and then somebody who's not involved goes, what did you try X, Y, and Z?
And they give you the most obvious thing.
Right. And you're like, I tried X, Y, and Z and ABC.
Yeah. Like, you don't know shit. Shut up. Stay in your lane.
Dude, did you see his White Lives Matters?
Oh, I did, man.
I didn't. So I know he wore the clothes. There was some like
some
a
fashion.
It was a fashion show,
or whatever. Yeah.
But then he has Candace Owens there too.
Yeah, of course.
And she's wearing the White Lives Matter. And then he posts on his thing. So for those of you who had not seen it, Kanye was spotted, at his fashion show wearing a shirt that said White Lives Matter. And then he posts on his story and he goes, "Everyone knows Black Lives Matter was a scam. It's over. You're welcome." So obviously he's getting backlash from from some folks. But sometimes I wonder if his stuff is calculated.
It absolutely is.
Right, where you go like, I need to generate a buzz.
Oh yeah, he's gonna
around
drop
what
an
I'm
album
doing
next week or drop shoes or something like. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it could be just from the fashion show, right? Like, I don't know.
You're talking about him now,
right?
Like I. First off, I think there's something actually wrong with him. So on one breath, I'm kind of like sad because it's become like entertainment for a guy who I'm like is clearly not all there right now, or he is very much all there, and all this stuff is like I just don't pay attention to it anymore because I don't take him serious. Like I'm like either this is the saddest shit ever and you're falling apart in front of us and this has a really bad ending, or you're doing it for the attention, and so I don't care either way. Like in terms of, I say I don't care either way, meaning like I don't want to give him the attention because I don't think he's serious about that. I think it's sad that he wants to use like something like that to get attention, but like of all the things you could do to get attention, it's like, bro, do what your wife did. Like make a tape, dog. Like if you, the fuck, and then I got like this much easier.
That might
way.
be embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like do that, or if he is suffering from mental illness, then I find it shitty to sort of
find it sad
to find and then to find entertainment in that feels shitty, right? So like at this point I kind of see the headlines and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking Kanye being Kanye. Like stop giving him that because that's what he's craving right now is the attention, and or you're sort of not enticing this guy to get any help because he's entertaining. Like I don't know. I
don't know, man. It's one of those things where he's his sort of persona and his genius, if you will, right, has propelled him to billionaire status.
Yeah.
So somebody would tell you, hey, that guy's doing, he's doing the right thing because we measure people's success on that.
Listen, by the end, do you think Kanye will know him for fashion or will know him for music? Like when his legacy is all said and done at this point in his career.
You know what? I don't know what the future holds right now. For me, it's music. Like I don't know other than like the Yeezy sneakers. I just don't follow fashion like that. Perhaps somebody that follows fashion would think otherwise.
Right? Yeah, for sure. No, I
have a Bob Marley t-shirt on. Party one that I got from Target.
I just find that less and less Kanye has become about the music. Though his last album was so much better than the stuff he had dropped before.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue Kanye has 3 albums in the top 20 hip hop albums of all time. Kanye probably has 3 of them, and I think we've talked about that on here before.
Yep.
But I find that as time goes on, more and more, I recognize him. Not even more from the fashion. I do think Yeezy first now. And then I think of the outburst now, like the him. Although I think of all the wild shit. I don't even think about a specific wild thing.
Yep.
I think of the wild things. Like it's sad because I don't think about the music anymore until maybe I hear a track and I'm like, oh yeah, shit, man, Kanye really like did his thing on this. Like, yeah, it's bizarre. Although
I don't know, man.
Kanye as a rapper, I'm gonna argue over there. Kanye as a rapper sucks. He's a great producer. I think.
But then you say that his albums are great.
They are, but it's interesting though. If you take his lyrics and you gave them to like G-Eazy, we wouldn't listen to it. Like we would think it was trash. But because he's Kanye, I think he had really good lyrics on his first like 2 albums, and then so you go okay, which again those are the ones that take your life to write. So they're better. And I don't know if he's had a writer, if he did it himself or whatever it was, but they were certainly a lot better. But as far as like his flow goes, you start listening to his stuff now, you're like, man, this sucks. But his production value is so high that you forgive like words. He's become Diddy. Diddy sucks as a rapper, but Diddy's production value is always so
dope.
high that you're just like, this shit slaps. I don't know what he's talking about, but it slaps.
Dude, I can't remember, man. It was a song, and it was when Future. It was a Future song.
Okay.
And they did a remix. And
Diddy did?
It became a Diddy song. I think it was the same damn time. I don't know if that's the right title for the song. I can't remember. Anyway,
dude, Diddy made a banger out of saying hello, good morning, and then hello, good evening, and then hello, good morning again.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's same damn time.
Same damn time. I feel like that sounds right. So I can't.
But it was a Future song, and then he jumped on it, and then that shit became a Diddy song.
Future no one has gotten more. Actually, Future has got so many songs where they don't seem like they should make sense for someone to get big off of, but yet they do. Like how you name a song.
Dude, I like Future, man.
I do too. That's what I'm saying. But when you see the name of a song, it's like fuck up some commas. You're like, all right, and then you hear it, you're like, yeah, we fucking up some commas. Like Future's got some. Yeah, he's got some bangers, man. Like no, and it's funny. I couldn't tell you anything Future says.
I'm not even sure that's English.
I could just say mask off a bunch of times and then I mumble. I don't know 95% of the shit in Future. I just know it's left.
But it shit jumps off.
Yeah, it does, man. It really does.
All right, man. Yo, did you see? Well, keeping with the Kanye shit, man. You seen Kim is getting like sued by the SEC?
Oh, the crypto.
For the crypto, yeah. So she did like a and I can't remember what the cryptocurrency was, but essentially they paid her to kind of boost this crypto.
Okay.
And then I believe it was like a pump and dump, if I'm not mistaken. And so she has to pay like 1.2 million, which doesn't really mean shit for her.
Yeah, that's chump change for Kim Kardashian. It's interesting, man, because a pump and dump is obviously like you're promoting the stock, right? Mm-hmm. The stock gains its value. Or gains like this, we should say enormous value, but it just shoots up sort of at an unusual pace, right? And then generally people sell off, and then the stock tanks and goes back.
Yep.
The price essentially goes back to what it should have been. Dude, I'm almost thinking you can't be an influencer, quote unquote, and have anything to do with stock market or crypto.
Yeah, you have to
Bitcoin.
just stop.
It's all pump and dump. Isn't it? Because like that's the thing that Elon Musk I think is struggling with right now. Like Elon Musk talks about anything and it shoots up.
Yep.
And then if he says like, yo, this thing sucks, the stock prices immediately drop. Like that may not be his intention, but he has that kind of influence. And so like someone like
Kim Kardashian, if he's being paid by the company, then I think that's where so you go, okay, Elon does affect stocks this way. Let's recruit him, pay him some money, and then he can talk good about our stock.
But I don't think it matters whether or not you get paid to get charged with pumping and dumping schemes. I think all you have to do is they can prove that you buy the stock and you sell it.
But she got paid.
Right, but what I'm saying is if Kim Kardashian, like let's take the endorsement aside.
Right.
But if Kim Kardashian goes, hey, buy Dogecoin.
Yep.
Dogecoin or doesn't say buy Dogecoin. If she's like, man, just got a bunch of Dogecoin, like this is cool, this is fun, it's whatever, like some throwaway comment on Twitter, and now everybody buys Dogecoin, so the price skyrockets, right? And then Kim sells because she's like, holy fuck, look what I did, and then now the price of Dogecoin just shoots down because eventually people figure out like whatever, right. or it equals out to whatever it should have been. It sort of stabilizes. Like that's technically a pump and dump. You don't have to get paid to do the pump. So like,
but can you get in trouble for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But that's what I'm saying. The rules are so loose because I think the rules don't account for this era that we live in today, which is the internet and being influential. Right. Elon Musk goes on and goes like, man, I got a good feeling about Amazon. Everybody buys Amazon. Like 20 years ago, Warren Buffett could have said that maybe on a newspaper, and it shoots up the stock price, but it isn't instantaneous, right? Like you're waiting until the next day, it prints, it does this, like, the stock goes up a little bit. Like now with a tweet, someone like Kim Kardashian could send the stock price up of something 70%, and then the next day it goes right back down to where it was the day before. She could theoretically do something like that because of her influence.
Man, I just don't think that. How do you? I mean, how could you be in trouble for that?
That's what I'm saying is like these if you read the rules, and I only know this right now, man, because I've been going through a lot of this sort of compliance with the stock market right now. And so if you read the rules as far as insider trading goes and pumping up and all that, it doesn't give you a lot of leeway, like at all, right? Like, so it's very clear in what it does, and so you have to sort of apply common sense at some point in time. But the way you read these rules, it is not designed to exist, at least those rules, in today's sort of like I guess internet world, like the whole social media aspect of, like, they're gonna have to figure that out, because I would argue that anyone with a following on social media who has 10 million followers plus,
you could all
sway I mean, we saw like a bunch of kids on Reddit could sway the stock market, right? So like, literally any celebrity with any kind of pool could go on the stock market now go on social media right now and pump and dump. Like, so it just, I don't know. I guess the burden of proof becomes like, how do you prove that it was like intentionally done for that?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
It's so bizarre. But yeah, I saw that. So she paid the 1.2 to settle, right? She got, which tells me that obviously they were able to prove that she probably owned it and sold it at the peak, because you wouldn't settle otherwise. So she probably made some money off of it, and then didn't.
And I think there's like rules around it where it's like you can't do that. Like, don't do that shit again.
It's just strange, because if you're her, you almost have to not buy stock. Like,
no, but I think in this case, she was paid by the company to promote it.
That's weird, man, because now if you're a celebrity, do you take these endorsements?
That's it. So, like, I mean, like Crypto.com, right? I see them
all. Do they foot the bill?
I don't know. And I don't know that it was them. But I'm saying Crypto.com is a website where you can buy crypto. And it's not tied to one crypto in particular. I think hers was tied to one.
Okay.
But crypto, like, aren't they like NBA sponsors or right?
The Lakers play in the Crypto.com center or arena or whatever right now, right? Like the Staples Center is no longer that.
Is that what it is now? Is it crypto?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's wild, man. Yeah, do you see the lady from Australia with the Crypto.com thing though?
No.
Like this again, good shit like this never happens to me. This lady, I guess, went to withdraw funds from Crypto.com.
Yep.
I don't know. Let's say she was supposed to withdraw $1,000.
Okay.
They fucked up and added some zeros in there.
Some zeros.
And she got like 10 mil or something like that. Deposited into her bank account.
Okay.
So some accounting error somewhere. And she got the money and she fucking withdrew it and she spent it. She bought a house and did whatever. And then like not a year later, but almost a year later, the company's like probably being audited, closing their books for the year, and then realized like, oh shit, we were supposed to give her 10,000 or 1,000 and we gave her 10 million. And then they try to get it back and she's like, I withdrew the money, took it off, like it's not there anymore. Like she,
right.
Dude, they sued her and got like they're making her sell the house and give all that back. And
oh wow, so this is in Australia?
Yeah.
So I guess as a consumer, you're not allowed to take money that you come up on.
Yeah, it isn't yours.
What if you find it? You know what I'm saying? Like I just wonder, like, how far does that reach? Like, if you find a bag of money on the floor, can you keep it?
I think you're not supposed to.
So you're supposed to turn it.
But if the rightful owner comes up and they can prove it and blah blah blah, like you're supposed to give it back to them. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. Like,
man, that's again like
varies
how
by
far,
state.
How far does that go, bro?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because again, at some point, common sense has to prevail. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd have did the same thing she did, except I'd have disappeared from fucking Australia and I'd have been somewhere else without, like financial jurisdiction for like a Crypto.com.
Yeah, bro.
You got to look up, where does Crypto.com not have like pool, and then where are you willing to live forever? Like, is that El Salvador? Are you moving to Somalia? Thailand? You about to have
you got to deal with them pirates.
Dude, for 10 mil, you could retire in El Salvador. You'll be all right. It's a good life.
10 mil?
Yeah,
shit,
bro.
you'd be good to go here.
She got 10 mil. You ain't got to pay taxes. Figure out a way to get that shit into an offshore bank account. We talking hypotheticals. People, I would never do that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, let me tell you about this. Have you seen this chip company I think it's in like Lithuania.
You say chip. Like we talking
like potato chips.
Like potato chips?
Sorry, yes.
Potatoes in Lithuania?
Lithuania.
Okay.
They got a unique flavor to them.
Oh
They're pussy flavored. I'm sorry, mash it so you don't take a drink.
Okay, now that I've swallowed, what kind of pussy?
I was thinking about that shit too, bro. I was like, they could have like a yeast infection.
Yeah,
flavor.
It could be end of day pussy. It could be 3 days not showered pussy. It could be fresh out the shower
after
pussy.
the gym. Pussy.
How her pH levels look. Like it could be. There's so many factors.
That's a yeast infection.
There's so many factors, bro. Like this could either be the best chips you've ever had, or the creamiest chips you've had.
Dude.
A little mildew. Like.
So the company's name is Chazz. Chazz. First of all, let me just make this clear. They are not available in the States.
Yo.
And they are sold out.
I don't know why, but isn't Cher kid named Chaz, and don't he want to have a pussy, but he's a boy?
Is that true?
I don't know, but I feel like it is. It is now.
Dude, so let me see this. So they have their site. It claims this, and I quote, "After tasting it, you will remember your wildest love adventures, your first real love, and maybe even lose your oral virginity."
What is that? So you're going to go seek this? All right, what are these chips called, yo?
Chazz, Chazz.
And you said we cannot get them in the States, so we can't even order them online?
No, you can't order them. And, well, they're already sold out anyway.
Okay.
And you can order them in Europe.
So it's limited edition?
I don't know, but they're $9 a bag.
Yo, ready to gift a box of pussy flavored chips. Let's fucking go. Yo.
What are they showing?
Bro, it got a chick on the chips.
Oh, yeah, that's the bag.
That's the bag. I don't know if y'all can see that on the YouTube.
What is it? Is it Chazz.com?
It's chazchips.com. So go to chazchips.com and you will immediately see.
Can you order it?
Let me see. It's in Lithuania. Oh, yeah, add to cart. But I wonder, though, if when I go to checkout and I put my shipping address as here, we buying pussy flavored chips, people. Let's go. Log in instead.
What does that taste like, bro?
Like?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so like, they did say this. They said that they actually put a team together to go out and like gather private part flavors.
Yo, how does that go about?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
What are you taking, like samples?
You'd be like, wait, that one don't taste like that one.
Now I know what they do at the gynecologists with that little clicky thing, and they take the scoop. And they take the scoop. That's what the scoop is for, bro. They're making chips. Yeah, some of this shit I can't understand, but I can use common sense. It's in Lithuanian. Oh wait, I can thing the page. You know, it's interesting enough, bro. You know how websites have the drop down where you can pick the language or the country. The countries available are the UK, so England. You can do Lithuania, obviously. You can do the Eurozone, Russia, or that looks like Latvia, probably. So yeah. So I'm gonna guess you can't order them here. Yo, if anybody out there could get us a bag of pussy flavored chips, it's for science. We want to do this. We try to. Yo, if I get my hands on this, we gotta try it on the pod together.
Yeah, right after the one chip challenge.
Yo, you same day, wash it down.
Chase it down,
bro. How we both say that shit at the same time, bro. Yo, you know what's funny? If you take a bite of that shit, you be like, "Yeah, I recognize her."
Tastes just like that.
Tastes just like that. Like it's a pussy. Oh my god, man. Yeah, how do you? That's
yeah. I wonder, and I didn't see in the article that I read, there wasn't anything like, you know, like we took, and I'm gonna make this up, like we took garlic and, you know, parsley and cilantro, and it wasn't like that. They just put a team together to go find private part flavors.
Yeah, they took some pickles and some Sour Patch Kids. Like, ta-da! It's pussy flavored chips, bro.
Be like, no, for real. Go ahead and taste hers.
Go
Tastes just like that.
ahead and taste hers. Yo, what's the scratch and sniff on that bag? Yo, what if you're like, nah, I don't believe it.
Yo,
In comparison,
what if you get like a fucking subscription and you just get the basket going to your house? What does your significant other think about that?
But what's the marketing plan like there? Do you just have the chick there with her legs spread and you be like, try a chip and then take a lick?
Well, they're fucking sold out.
Which is, it doesn't look like it's like a gaff. Like, it looks like it's a legitimate company that
Yeah,
intends
it's
on
legit.
selling chips. It's real vegetables, if that makes you guys feel any better. It is real vegetables, real chips. Putes skonio. I'm
What's
guessing. I'm guessing that's Lithuanian for pussy chips. I don't know. It says Chaz, pussy flavored. Oh, it is limited edition. All bodies taste good. I beg to differ. And it says for the hot ones. Yes for sex. No preservatives. If that makes you feel any better. I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna bag pussy, you should preserve that. Most definitely.
Tell you, man, you get some chips coming to your house on a regular basis, get a divorce. Just like this woman fucking divorcing her husband.
Okay.
Get this shit, bro. So this dude, married obviously, was making comments about his sister-in-law.
Okay.
All right. So the woman, the wife, starts to go through his phone and finds that this guy has. So he's like a gamer.
Okay.
Right. On his gaming page or whatever, he's been pawning off his sister-in-law as his wife. So I guess his sister-in-law looks good, or at least according to him.
So she's good looking.
Good looking, right, sister-in-law. And he's been bragging to like his gaming friends about her, and takes and uses pictures as like his profile pic of like her with her kids and him, and just claiming and like, yeah, this is my family.
Because he don't want to show what the real one looks like.
I guess not.
Ain't that a bitch? Is that a divorceable offense?
I guess so, man. It's enough to piss somebody off, right?
So if your wife...
Is that like irreconcilable differences?
Which box do I check, A or B?
You'd be like, well, you think you look good enough, but I don't.
That is an irreconcilable difference. You right. Never mind. Holy shit. Yo, if your wife was doing that, would you divorce her? Or is that just like a really awkward couple weeks?
That's a good question, man. I don't know. You know, it's one of those things, man. It's like, I think that you don't know how you would feel unless you're in it.
In the moment?
Yeah, unless you're really in it.
Yeah, that is bizarre, bro. Like
you just, to me, like it's funny to me.
It's hilarious because it's not happening to you.
Right. But if it happened to me, maybe I would feel different. But then you also go like, yo, if that's what you like, then...
I think it's more of them not wanting to show you part, right? Like that. It ain't even just that it's a sister-in-law. It's just that happens to be the one where he got pictures of that he can show. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the closest one he can lie about.
Well, she said that the way that she kind of got the notion to go and look through his phone was because he was kind of pissed because the sister-in-law had been gaining weight lately, and he was making comments of how she needs to like get back in shape and lose weight. But the dude had like pictures of her from like, you know, whatever, like pool parties and whatever, and was just pawning off. Like his profile pic was that. Hilarious. Some of the photos he would cry, like if his wife was in it, he would crop her out. And this is sort of like his online presence with his gaming community was that. Like,
ignore the frumpy bitch to the right. Me and my wife at the barbecue.
No, the other one.
Oh my God. I guess I don't know. Best piece of advice is be the hot one. Try not to be the ugly one in the bunch. Yo, that's crazy as fuck, bro. I guess is she more mad that it's the sister-in-law, or is she more mad that he clearly thinks she's ugly?
Well, it's her sister.
That's what I'm saying. So is she mad that it's her sister? Is she mad? Like, is she mad about the situation that he has to, that he's ashamed of her? I guess would be.
I would imagine so. That has to be it.
So I'm saying, so you more mad about that, or are you more mad that it's your sister?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, you figure like if the sister is not showing any interest and whatever, right? So you're not mad at her. I think it's just that, bro. Like, you're faking your family.
Whole relationship. Yeah, I mean, the dude clearly got all kinds of other problems going on. I'm just saying. That's hilarious, bro. I want to know what they look like. All of them. I want to know what he looked like.
I didn't see no pictures.
You didn't see no pictures?
Nope.
I want to know what the sister looked like, and I want to know what the wife looked like. Because who knows, bro? We might see the picture of the sister and be like, I get it.
Be like, I would too.
Be like, yeah, I would. But you might see a picture of him and be like, nah, bro. You where you supposed to
be. You right in your league.
You right in your lane. Yeah, stay in your lane, bro. You're not ready for the majors. Oh shit, bro.
What you got, man?
No, the internet never lets me down, bro. I had this other lady, like, similar story, but her boyfriend walked in on her making content for OnlyFans.
Okay.
So he walks in, I guess doesn't know that she makes content for OnlyFans.
Oh, he doesn't know at all.
He doesn't know, so he walks in, she panics, and stabs him a few times. He survives. But she does shank him, and now she's being charged with obviously stabbing him and all that stuff. But her reasoning was like, yo, I was making my OnlyFans shit. And
right.
I walked in, and
what?
He not supposed to know. And then she like...
So I figure I better kill him.
Yeah.
It's a boyfriend?
It's a boyfriend.
Nah, man. That's some shit. Dude, I know with stuff like that, you get caught in like awkward situations, right? I could see that. The embarrassment and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But to go, it's your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
What's killing him gonna do?
Yeah, like, and then what are you upset about? Like, that he caught you making content for OnlyFans?
Yeah, you go like, yo, this is how I make my extra income.
I actually think it was a missed opportunity. She should have recorded it and put it on OnlyFans. Live stabbing. I'd have tuned in. Watch what happens when my boyfriend walks in. I fall for that link all the time.
I want to know what she's showing. Is she showing her feet?
Yo, imagine it's just feet pics and you stab some dude with feet pics. Yo, what if she making content with another dude and he walked in? Oh, the story doesn't say that.
Think about that.
But that could be it. Honestly, I'd be more pissed. I'd be like, where the money at then, though? Like,
yeah, but if you're just a boyfriend, man, then...
Nah, bro. Does my goods. If you gonna sell my goods, I want to get the reward.
You got I'm
taking the Andrew Tate.
That's the Andrew Tate shit.
That shit mine. Damn it! I need the boyfriend tax.
No, man. That's fucked up, bro.
Oh man, stabbed him, bro.
Bro,
like, poor dude.
You see your boy Biden this week, man?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I watched him do the press conference at FEMA when the hurricane was coming.
Oh no, I didn't see that. What did he do,
bro? It was a tough watch. I'm gonna say that it was, bro. It was, and I'm gonna leave the politics out of it, but it was like literally watching. You ever talk to like a really old person and they're just incoherent and they're just saying shit and you just smile and nod and then you don't want to be rude, but then it's been like 30 minutes and you at the family gathering
and they haven't said a fucking thing really.
No, and you trying to pawn them off on the next person, hopefully, so you don't leave them by themselves, so you don't look like an asshole. That's what it felt like, bro. And it's so painfully obvious that he's not all there, man.
Yeah.
And I swear, bro, he thought, like, I think he was apologizing for towers, all kinds of shit. Like, I don't even know. He knew what the fuck was going on, bro. And then somebody started pressing him on other questions about stuff. I do think that was, like, he had an okay response to that. They started questioning him about other stuff, and he's like, yo, like, we're here to talk about, like, this shit.
Yep.
Like, but it's hilarious. Instead of saying, like, we're here to talk about Florida and, like, this hurricane or whatever,
yep.
He's like, we're here to talk about America, and then just goes off. But I'm convinced he forgot what the fuck he was talking about.
You forgot why he was there.
He's like, that stuff's for another day, blah, 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 blah. Like, he had all the right political answers for everything else. Like, they asked him about, like, helping DeSantis out here in Florida, and he was kind of just like, yeah, like you take kind of politics out of it. Like he asked for help for this, you give him fucking help for this. Like this is, you don't. I don't agree with him with his other shit, but this is
right. This is
so you had the right response
the
to that. But yeah, man, it's. Dude, it's like talking to the old relative at the barbecue that you're just like, yeah. You're kind of patting them on the shoulder and you're hoping somebody slips in and bails you out.
Right.
And then they get stuck with them and you can take off and then go get some more casserole. Yeah, man, it was rough, bro. So what did he do?
So he was at some like nutrition thing, a nutrition event. And he was thanking like some of the other politicians that had sort of helped put this together. And one of them was a Republican from Indiana that had died in a car crash in August.
I hate that you said that because I go, did he thank Abraham Lincoln? In my mind, I was about to fuck with him and be like, yo, did he think? And I was trying to think of a dead politician as the best I could come up with was Abraham. So,
no, bro. So he goes. So during his speech, he's like, her name is Jackie Walorski. I may be butchering that pronunciation.
Is she allowed to serve on anything in the U.S.?
You ain't right.
Sorry, finish.
So he goes, Jackie, are you here? He's like, where's Jackie? I think she was going to be here.
And she's dead, bro?
She's dead. So she had died like a month earlier. And to make matters worse.
Wait, like, so recently? Like she died?
Oh, yeah. To make matters worse, when she passed, she thinks she died in a car accident, he put out like a statement, which is clearly not from him, but saying like, Jill and I are shocked and saddened by the death of Congresswoman, Jackie Walorski.
I do remember that, actually.
So he put that out, and then a month later goes to this event and goes, Jackie, are you here? He thanks her, and it's almost like stand and be recognized, like take a bow. And she's dead.
Yo, maybe he saw her.
Because he's real close.
He about to join her. Yo, go see Ghost, bro.
Dude, this guy, man. I'm like, and then the Democrats are funny, man, because they of course they defend it and they go like, he's like known for these gaffes. They mentioned something.
That's not a gaffe, bro. A dead.
They mentioned something that happened in 2008 where he asked, who was it? Senator Chuck Graham to stand. Chuck Graham is in a wheelchair.
That's fucked
They're
up.
like, remember in 08?
I hate that that's something I would do.
Yeah, but it would be funny if he goes like, oh, Chuck, stand up and be recognized. Oh, yeah, you can't. Sit your ass down.
I'm like, come on, Mr. Reeves, take a bow. That's insane, man. Yeah, bro, it's really difficult to watch him. Like, it's funny, man. Like, you know how there's certain people you're just not presidential.
Yep.
Or like you go like, damn, like I don't like, it's embarrassing for you to be the representation of the U.S.
Yep.
Literally the best way I can describe it is like he's that old relative where they're just talking and you're just like yeah, and you're just like, you want to pawn him up on someone else. Like it's tough, man. Like it used to be a joke, but I'm like, dude, if you're the Democratic Party, like what do you do with that right now? Like, dude, he's up for re-election, right? Like he's gonna have to start campaigning soon. You can't let him run again, right? Dude, you also have to be able to look that guy in the eye and go, Joe, you're probably got a handful of years left. Like, is this how you want to spend it, bro?
Right.
Like, somebody has to take.
But I wonder if somebody goes. I wonder if somebody in his position just goes, like, there's nothing else for me.
Yeah, like, do you deteriorate faster if you're not doing?
You're not doing something.
Because, like, bro, if you're his wife, are you looking at him going, bro? Like, you got a few years left. You don't remember shit. Like. Dude, and I think we laugh at him, but I'm like, he's doing what any other. How old is he? 80?
Ooh.
Mid-80s?
No, is it?
Or 88?
Okay, let's just look this up. I want to say it's like 87.
Yo, there's gotta be a fucking age limit to being president, bro. There has to be, man.
79. Sorry.
He's not even 80.
79. Yeah, but the the average lifespan, at least here in the States, is between like if you make it past 70,
Yeah, it's less. Yeah. I was gonna say
it's all borrowed time.
Yeah. So, man, bro. Like, yeah, Dave got a decision to make here, right? Because he has to start campaigning. When do you start campaigning? So next year, right? Because then the election is the year after. This is like this now. This isn't gonna get better.
Yeah, dude. So the average age
76,
78.
Wow,
Almost 79.
So he's right there. But he's also like the thing that we discount.
He's there.
So he's there. But they're saying the thing we discount is like he's there, but we're also assuming that he's of sound mind, like he's in good health, right? Like he could be suffering from dementia. He could be suffering from. Like,
and that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
I remember they towards Reagan's late years, you could see that he was deteriorating. And it's just like I think that it's sad to see that unfolding with him. I
was too young. Was he old when he was president? Like really old?
No,
Reagan.
I mean, I don't know what years.
He just
but
suffered from some kind of like
towards the end,
mental degradation.
Yeah. Towards the very end. I think he was fine during his presidency. Probably. I remember he got elected in 1980. I want to say or 81. Okay. 1980, I believe it was. So he served to 88. I don't know when. Let me see. So Reagan age.
But that guy had a whole Hollywood career before he went into politics. So
he was 69
as when he started.
So
by the end of it,
so you
was
figure
late
8 years. Yeah.
But again, dementia, anything like
correct,
there's people
correct.
who's developed that in their 60s and all that, and man,
it's just sad. Man.
It's rough to watch.
We it's funny. In some, have you seen I've seen Instagram posts where people are like working out and they're and the kind of music and the sound behind them doing workouts is one of his speeches where he's just like losing it.
That's hilarious, bro.
It's funny. It's funny in those respects, but it's also sad to see this guy deteriorate at really like the height of his career.
Yeah. I mean, this is the pinnacle of his space, right?
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
at the top of it, and you're like, was it worth it? Like, if you're him, are you happy? Do you think you'd rather be like enjoying the twilight of your career, enjoying your grandkids?
I think I would.
Like, you would want to be president at
no. I mean, I would want to be like enjoying.
Yeah, bro. I don't know that at 79, I want to dedicate the kind of energy that it requires to be president of the United States.
I don't want to be in charge of anything at 79.
Yeah, fuck that, bro. I like, listen, change my diaper and then push me in front of the TV. Take me fishing. Let me do some shit. I don't know. Whatever I'm into at 79, bro. Yeah, man. Like, I can't imagine doing work, let alone the hardest job in the world.
Yeah, bro. Take me to downtown Atlanta on a Saturday night and just let me just watch people.
Let me people watch, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just fuck, man. It's comical.
How we doing on time, bro?
Dude, we're already way over an hour.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, fuck, man. I gotta hit you with this really quick.
Yeah, go do it.
All right. Because I gotta get your take on this.
All right.
So, a woman is dating this guy for 6 years.
Okay.
Okay. Does one of these like a 23andMe.
Okay.
Okay. And they both do it. They find out that they're siblings. I wish I could see Wall's face right now.
Wait, like actual?
So actual fucking siblings. So the woman and the guy get adopted at a very young age. I don't know if they're babies. I don't know what age. They both get adopted. They don't even find. So they had to be baby like babies, but separately, different families. They both grow up in good families.
They're not twins or anything. They're just.
I don't know. They could be, but they're both babies. Both of them find out that they were adopted when they're in high school.
Okay.
So you're talking about between like 14 to 18. Mm-hmm. They find out in somewhere in those 4 years that they were adopted. Anyway, they meet, they hit it off, like it's like instant attraction, instant like connection, whatever. They do something, I don't know if it's 23andMe, but they do something like that and they find out that they're siblings. And so the woman is like, yo, I don't know what to do because this dude is like the love of my life, and we've been dating for 6 years, and we live together. You know, we bought a house together. We get along great. Like, we know all of the things that happen in a relationship, right? Like they've had sex. It's everything.
You're already there.
You're there. What do you do, bro?
Fuck, man. Here's the thing, man. Is as you're saying that, this is gonna sound very Alabama-ish. So bear with me here, but
shout out to Alabama.
Yeah, I love y'all. Never ending content. So I don't know, man. You know how we talk about certain things where it's like family's blood or whatever, you know, but like you know if you don't spend time with them, is it really family? You know, like you don't have to treat, like you could have a ain't shit mother, dad, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, like we don't talk to, we distance ourselves, whatever. Like obviously we know the biological relation that it is a sister and a brother. It's the fact that you don't know them and grew up with them and all that stuff. I feel like it changes it. I feel like
it
biologically, obviously, it's like, yeah, it is. But also I go, yeah, I didn't grow up, so I don't have that thought of them. Like, because I think looking at your brother and your sister, it's more an emotional standpoint, right? Like, you're not going like, oh, my DNA says that we're like this. You're going, right. I grew up in the same house with you. We had the same mom and dad. We had the same shit.
It's just funny, man. Like if you think about, because we both have sisters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I could never imagine, you know, like having sex with my sister.
No, fuck. That's right. It's fucking gross to me.
It's nasty.
But also, I've never like I've always known her as my sister. Right? It's like that.
So is it that? Is it just to know? I mean, it has to be just that, right? Like it's just knowing that that's your sibling.
Yeah.
Makes it nasty.
It does. Yeah,
because like we both have sisters. They're both not bad looking people, and it's like if you meet them for the first time somewhere else, like is that feeling different? And in this case, it was
right because you don't know them.
You don't know them, right? But then you meet them, and then
is that connection though because of that?
It very well could be. But is that tough, but is that connection that brought you to that brought you together?
That's tough, what do you do? I feel like that's one of those, like, you got to be in it to feel it, right? Like, I think that's one of those decisions that's very emotionally heavy, and so like common sense would tell you one thing, but emotions would go like you said, like, nah, this is I've never known this person to be like, what is a sister or what is a brother, right?
Right.
Like, fuck, man. Yeah, that's a tough one,
dude.
Bro.
That would be so tough because so she's like torn.
Weird, yeah.
She's like, yo, like this
because
is
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Like when you say it out loud, like, yeah, my sister's my thing, cool. But then you go, I don't identify as her brother. Actually, bro, we're gonna take this a step further. How long they been together?
6 years.
Are they engaged?
I don't know.
He don't like you either way, bro. You've been.
He ain't married you yet.
He ain't married you yet after 6 years, bro. It's on its way out anyway. You might as well call it quits now. Ladies, if a man ain't proposed to you, you've been together for 6 years and you ain't got a ring, and if you've had a ring for 4 of those, he still don't like you. Say that shit right now. He hoping you forget. Like, Mary, oh shit, you still want to do that?
I thought you was over that already.
Oh, going back to I identify as your boyfriend.
But today, I identify as your brother. I'm out.
Yo, if you're that guy, boy, did you get the golden ticket out.
Right? If he was like, unhappy,
I can't do this. Our kids are gonna be retarded.
Yep. Wait, yo, that was the thing. So they had already agreed that they weren't gonna have any kids
before. Okay.
Yeah, so they had already agreed on that.
Look at the universe, bro.
But yeah, like if he was like not, in the same place as she was, and he was looking for a way out, what a way out, bro.
Either one of them, bro.
She's dude, this is like on Reddit, and she was like looking for help. And people were brutal on Reddit.
Reddit's hilarious, bro.
People was like, nah, you need to go ahead and you need to go ahead and leave that.
You need to send me the link to that thread. That sound like hours of fun going down the comments thread. Yo, that is hard, man. Because like I look at it from the lens of like my sister, and I'm like, fuck no, like that's gross. Like I could never.
Right. But if you never meet her.
But if you never meet them, like I can't blame them for going like, yo, that's not how I know them.
Correct.
That's not how we grew up. We don't have the same family that we hang out with. We don't like.
Yeah, dude. After I read that, bro, it had me questioning like, so then growing up with a sibling. So then what makes it nasty? Like what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Because I have half siblings, for example, right? That I met sort of later on in life, and I've hung out with later on in life, and I'm cool with them and all that. And I go like, does that change it? Like, what if it was a half sibling? Like, I mean, I know if you're Latino or from Alabama, like we fuck around with cousins and stuff, but the sibling thing might be pushing it.
We draw the line at first cousins.
We draw the line at first cousins. No, we don't. Bro, Puerto Ricans got a whole saying and everything. You ever heard of the los primos se primen?
You told me that, but
yeah,
you told me that.
Puerto Ricans got a whole saying for and everything. They be proudly fucking cousins. Like, how you got a saying for it? It's so embarrassing. That's how. Look, Puerto Ricans are the Alabama, though, of the Latino community. Like, we are the hillbillies of the Latinos, bro. As fuck. We're rednecks as fuck. But, yeah, fuck, man, that's so hard, bro, because I think for me it's gross, but I can see their perspective of that and going like, that's not how we know each other.
Yeah, dude, I could call up people right now and go like, yo, if this was, you have a wife, and I mean, take it even further, right? Like, if let's say you're married and you have children, and you're in a happy marriage, and right, like, are you leaving?
Yo, and it's not that long ago that we would call that Queen. Mr. King. Where wasn't she cousins with her dude?
Was he?
I think Philip was the Queen's cousin, but in that family, there's a whole line of incestual like shit.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, you're not trying to fuck up the bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but yeah, siblings might be a little too. That's some Game of Thrones shit right there.
Yes,
bro.
Absolutely.
Holy shit, we gotta end it with that. I can't.
All right, let's end it with that, bro.
Nothing we could do, bro.
Tell them where they can find us.
Listen, you're not already listening to us at the Common Foot Podcast on IG, on at Common Foot Podcast on TikTok, Facebook, the Common Football Podcast, and then all your favorite streaming platforms: Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. Apple Podcasts, GeoSavin, Ghana, Podchaser, all of it, man. We're on it. Look for it. Tell your car to look for it, your phone. Yeah. Thank you guys for the support. It's been awesome. It's been fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Little buttons around here. I think the thumbs up is by Sean. Subscribe or vice versa. I can't remember right now. I've had a lot of crown.
The YouTube likes have been going up. Or the YouTube views rather have been going up.
So shout out to y'all, man.
Not really sure why, but I'm gonna credit. Me showing how my son was describing him catching my wife and I having sex.
Yeah, didn't you? Yeah, I want to say that drove it up, bro.
One, man.
This is sex sells, bro. I think we're gonna have you thrust on the desk weekly.
Every day.
From now on, when you like tell him we can find us, I'm gonna be like, fuck the desk, Sean. You know what to do.
I'm bringing the long stroke.
Give the that's that liquor stroke.
Yo, as always, thank you for the support. Keep reaching out to your people. Like I've encouraged you guys the last couple of weeks. I love that, bro. Dude, I have started, man, and I actually had some folks reach out to me as well.
Yeah,
that actually heard on the show.
Same.
So that's amazing, man. And keep checking on your people. You don't know if they doing right. So let's keep each other in mind.
I love that, man. We got to keep it up because I did it. With some family.
Yeah.
And I hit them up, and I got some unexpected replies, like good ones, and it was cool, man, to see. So yeah, man, I love that. Yeah, check on your people, man. I'm glad you've thrown that out there, man.
Awesome.
For sure.
All right, people. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.